Good morning, everybody. It's Steve with Real Progressives. Today's title of this live stream is I changed my Twitter handle to Austerity is Murder and Other Inconsequential Factoids. I just wanted to say that because it seems like I think people think that these symbolic gestures amount to a whole lot. And maybe some of them do, maybe some of them don't. But there are a lot of things that we do out there that can make a real big difference. And one of them has got to be staying dialed in and focused on the prize. The prize that I'm speaking about, of course, is economics. It's very easy with all the distractions around us to start focusing on the latest shiny object. It's extremely easy to start thinking about the world around us and forgetting why we're here to begin with. So many of the reasons why your neighbor is an asshole and kicks the dog comes right back to economics. So many of the reasons why you see our military going out there doing things comes right down to economics. Every single issue that you want to talk about comes always back, whether you like this or not, to economics. I swear on my life, it's not even a joke. So I chose the Twitter handle, Austerity is Murder. Why is that? Because I have seen repeatedly, people love to share things that get their attention, that shock them, the shock value, right? The little bumper sticker logic. Everything I post, I try really, really hard to keep focused on the prize, because I know the noise around us is so loud that if we take our eyes off the prize, we're going to get swept away into bullshit immediately. It's going to seem like the most important thing you've ever seen in your life. You're going to get wrapped up in stuff that you thought was just so important, and it has absolutely no bearing, because in 2 days' time, the issue, the headline will be out of the paper, and nobody will be talking about it ever again. Literally, no one will be talking about it ever again. That's how absolutely meaningless what you got amped up about, what you were posting and smearing Facebook all over and smearing Twitter and just blathering on about at work and chit-chatting with your friends on the phone, whatever. That's how meaningless these things are. Every one of these Donald Trump posts out there, let me just tell you, every one of the Donald Trump posts, the people that hate Trump already hate Trump. You don't have to convince them. They're done. They hate him. And everybody that loves Trump, when they see you hate him, they wear that as a badge of honor. They're like, yes, yes, okay? There's no value in talking about the man. None. I mean, none. The only thing that you can do is focus on building what it is you need to do to beat Donald Trump or beat whoever. And it all comes down. Every single aspect of our lives, every single one, is about economics. Every single issue that we deal with is about economics. I don't care. If you talk to me about the environment, I promise you it is about economics. If you talk to me about why isn't there work, I promise you it's going to come right back to economics. If you talk to me about trash in the ocean and red algae, I promise you it is going to come back to economics. If you talk to me about disposal methods for big ag, I'm telling you right now it's going to come back to economics, every single bit of it. You want to talk to me about immigration and why people are scared, it is going to come back to economics every single time, I promise you. And the minute you lose focus and you start going down the rabbit trail of why so-and-so's a bigot and why they're a racist and why they're this and why they're that, it always devolves back down every single time to the economics backing it. Folks, I promise you. It's like having AIDS and then focusing on a boil on your arm. Like, oh, guys, I've got a boil on my arm. The doctor's like, dude, Your T cells are through the roof. You, my friend, are about to die from AIDS. You have AIDS. No, man, but this boil on my arm has really got me focused. Dude, you are going to die. You are terminal. It's not the boil on your arm that's the problem. You need to get treatment for the real root problem. And the root problem, every bit of it, is about how the wealth keep getting wealthier and how the poor keep getting poorer. About how wages have stagnated and about how unearned income, investment income, and all the other stuff has skyrocketed through the roof. And if you don't have money to invest over here, you're always going to be middling and decreasing. Your life is going to suck. I mean, it's just the truth. Now, I'm sure that there's going to be somebody out there that tries to counter what I'm saying. They've got some clever reason why what I'm saying is wrong, and they're welcome to it. But for those of you who with ears to hear, let you hear what I'm about to say. Every single thing that I'm talking about, and every single thing your friends will talk about, and every single thing these politicians talk about, and every single thing the news media outlets try to distract you with, if you actually do a root cause analysis, if you actually dig back and peel back the layers of the onion, every single time you're going to find out that it's got a rotted root of economic bullshit at the core. Some form of economic fuckery is going on at the base root of your problem. It's always about a distribution of resources, a distribution of free available time. We talk about disposable income. What about disposable time for life? What about time to bounce your kid on your knee? Imagine this. Let's role play for a minute. You've got a child with special needs. You wake up in the morning 3 hours earlier than your friends do because you've got to get your kid ready. You do all the things you've got to do to get your kid ready. Then you get yourself ready. Then you get them to care. Then you go to work. You go to work for however long. Whoopsh, whoopsh, whoopsh. You're doing whatever it is you do at your job. You come home immediately. You get your kid. You're back to taking care of your kid again. Now all of a sudden, you're trying to get yourself ready for the next day. You flop on the couch. Your wife or your husband says something to you. You yell at them. You scream at them. You spend your last moments of your night fighting with your spouse because you're so stressed and tired. And then you go to bed. Now you're ill. Now you go to work the next day. You don't have any sleep. You're feeling sick inside. You don't have money for health care. You can't go get treated now. Or if you do, you're paying out the wazoo. You pay money for the health care. Now all of a sudden your car payment bounces. Your car payment bounces and all of a sudden you've got phone calls. Hi, my name is Raul and I'm calling you about your car payment. You seem to be 3 weeks behind on your car payment, sir. We're going to repossess your car if you don't. Dude, I can't do anything about that right now. I got no money. And now all of a sudden the car's repossessed and your job's like, hey, where's Steve? Why aren't you at work? Now all of a sudden the wife is like, you should have done better. Now all of a sudden everything's falling apart. Now the house, you see, this is all economic. Every one of these bad decisions, every one of our lives are ruled by this. And every one of these big corporations are ruled by economics. And every decision you talk about, we got to get money out of politics. Why do you need to get money out of politics? Ask yourself this. Why do you think it is that you need to get money out of politics? Because money buys real resources. It's the economics of politics. Now all of a sudden they have access to advertisements. They've got access to television programs. They've got access to the radio. They got access to internet ads. They got access to the best video editors. Because video editors, good ones, they don't have time to volunteer. They're all busy looking for a buck somewhere. Okay? So then you have all the best graphic artists doing these things for these people. And everything looks really pretty for the bad guys trying to ruin your life. And after a while, you start realizing, hey, this shit's really all about economics, isn't it? If you don't get the fact that every time you get sidelined and you start focusing on the shiny object, that it distracts the entire movement. The entire movement loses focus because, oh my God, we've got to ask about Donald Trump. His hair looks just preposterous, very unpresidential. What is Melania wearing? What is that jacket she's wearing? Oh my God. Did he just tweet that? Oh my God. He's a sociopath. Folks, every single one of these things, every ounce of it, it's not Republican, it's not Democrat, because trust me, the Democrats have a long line of bullshit. Do you know Nancy Pelosi wants to institute a freaking fiscal rule that will literally destroy your life and mine? It's called pay-go. It's an economically illiterate neoliberal ploy to pretend like the government has to pay for programs that we want. But you never see a pay-go for the military, do you? No, you only see it when we're talking about you and I. Why is that? Republican tax cuts, guess what? If they're done for the regular people, that's more money in our pocket. Taxes don't pay for programs. And once you realize that, you realize the game is rigged. And you stop worrying about little bullshit games. You stop bullshitting yourself thinking somehow or another Republicans raided Social Security, which a spreadsheet. Can't raid a spreadsheet, my friends. They lied to you again. But please do get sidetracked by some partisan lie that they tell at Occupy Democrats that screws us all up, and then we spend the next year having to debate and debunk the lies coming from our own team, right? Our own team. Sitting there lying about this stuff when in reality, all it does is set the stage for more economic dumb fuckery. Because now all of a sudden you believe that Social Security is broke and that your hard-earned tax dollars have been taken away for Israel and that your hard-earned tax dollars have been sent here and there and everywhere. Reality is they're lying to you. Your hard-earned tax dollars were deleted the minute they were received. The minute your tax dollar was received, that digital dollar was gone. And it doesn't come back to life until the government spends money on something. It doesn't matter what it is. It's a brand new dollar. Every time the government spends a brand new dollar. How do they get these new dollars? Where in the world do they come from? Tax dollars? No. No. No, 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 no. Every single time the government spends, it creates the dollar a minute that the finger hits the button. Spending creates deposits. Taxes create deletion. I'm telling you, I'm not making this up. And so when they try to act like they don't have money to take care of these immigrants, and they want to posture and send troops to the wall that costs more money than it would have taken to just take care of the immigrants, blame yourselves sometimes, man. Don't be afraid to put the finger on yourself. If you were one of those people that ran around talking about the Republicans raided Social Security, it's okay to admit you screwed us all there for a minute. If you believe the lies, it's okay to admit you were part of the problem. It's easy to become not part of the problem anymore. It's easy to pull back and not be part of the problem anymore. You can unplug from the lies and start being truthful. Because the thing that's going to kill Social Security, for example, is not the Republicans raiding Social Security. It's the good guys protecting Social Security, thinking we've got to raise FICA to save Social Security. It's the good guys doing this to us. It's our friends. Our friends have the keys to the kingdom to fix this by saying, hey, we can go ahead and raise Social Security and eliminate FICA. Now, what do you think about them apples? What if we eliminate FICA and raise Social Security? What if we give you a living wage with Social Security? What if we give you all those COLAs that you didn't get for all those years, but yet at the same time we eliminate FICA? Now what? What you need to remember is that you must realize that ultimately, if you don't change the way you see economics, you will never change the world that you live in. I'm Steve Grumbine with Real Progressives. Have a good day, everybody.